Okay.
Amazing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Feast of Dice channel. I'm your DM, Elijah Goodall, and we are in our 4th session of Heralds of the Northland. Also joined today by Virgil, who did show up catatonic at the end of the last session.
Hi.
Just to give us a quick recap. End of last session, you escaped from the interrogation chambers after handily killing one of the 8 paragons of Orsahd, the paragon known as Rune. I think not just like an associate, but a friend of Oleander. Escaping from the chambers, you also managed to rescue catatonic Virgil that you found in some strange arcane cocoon in one of the interrogation rooms.
It's just my sleeping bag. I just take it everywhere with me. What do you mean?
Fleeing from these interrogation chambers, you descended steps, attempting to head towards one of the solariums, the transportation points to go within the different rings of Orsahd. Stepping outside, however, you found a darkened sky and a foreboding figure, a lich, just outside the building. When the spell, whatever spell it was that hit you, the amount of necrotic damage took down Barnabas. You are currently at 0 hit points. Jace, you are currently at 0 hit points. I don't know what Oleander is sitting at, but both you and Azakai are both conscious. You have Virgil over your shoulder in the cocoon. But before we deal with that, we are going back to an earlier day. A lot has happened in the last, God, what has it been? About 24 hours.
Yeah.
And we are going back to the morning of Kira's birthday. Virgil, when you first were brought by Barnabas back to Orsahd, you were not in an enviable state. Your mind riddled with holes after the departure of what you thought to be a god, a powerful entity to be certain, but it left, seemingly, departed you. And as an aberrant mind sorcerer, it has left you with
Swiss cheese for brain.
Yes. In this state, Barnabas, you had taken Virgil to the person that you knew was most capable of providing the care he might need. In the interim, while you decided to turn your old family home into a lighthouse, one of the temples necessary for Virgil to redo his start walk, to perhaps regain some of his lost consciousness and faculties.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In the 6 months that you were working on this, Virgil, you've been in Kira's care night and day. It has been that feeling of being in that catatonic state, is the feeling of thoughts floating in and out, jumbled and fragmented, piecing together the last 5 years of your life in the Nightlands. You are able to sleep, but often you awake to the feeling of a spear piercing your shoulder. The Akari, who you were not only in bed with and trusted, but also were engaged to be wed to. And you realize you can't even remember their name anymore.
Who?
This kind of just crackling general static has really been your existence for the last 6 months, unable to put these thoughts into words and just watching the world pass before you like a winding rotoscope. Jace. You are... Hold on just a second. I realized I need a different Thank you first. You are up in Kira's room in the library. Virgil laying on their usual bed in the corner. And Kira is poring over books at the table. You can see her kind of like furiously scribbling down notes, and long brown hair in just kind of a single braid to the side of her head. You can tell it has been a few days since she has taken the time to rebraid it because it is starting to pull out and is a little bit frazzled. Her soft brown eyes are slightly bloodshot. She has not been getting enough sleep. And over the last 3 days, there has been an intensity to her care in Virgil, like an attempt to increase the speed of the work that she is doing, because she fears that it is getting worse. And even with Brandibus's construction of the lighthouse, perhaps it's not enough.
Jace is gonna kind of quietly enter and come up behind her as she's pouring over the books and kind of like slide a little mug of tea.
Thank you.
Any change?
No, they're mostly the same. And Virgil, I will say, like, you're lying on the bed. You are aware of what is going on in the room. It's just not really like, it's like something playing in front of you. I know I can do this. Did Brandibus say the lighthouse would be finished today, right? Today, Azekai's putting in the last bits of the foundation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's going to schedule.
Okay.
As she's talking, they're like sliding off her braid and taking off the tie and like starting to kind of like comb through her hair and rebraid it.
Thank you. Oh my god, I forgot. The ceremony tomorrow. And you see Kira goes to turn. Elbow hits the table, and her old watch skitters off the table, hits the floor, glass breaks.
It's okay. I got it. I'll fix it.
It's. Give me an insight check or a perception check. You choose.
Uh, 14.
Okay. Perception or insight?
Insight.
It breaking, like, you've seen this watch before. The watch doesn't work. It stopped on a certain time, but the glass breaks. And when that happens, you feel something inside of Kira break too. And when she picks up the watch and looks back at you, there is a moment where you see pain in her eyes, and for whatever inexplicable reason, you feel like that pain is occurring because she's meeting your gaze. Sorry, it's a lot.
When was the last time you slept?
What's today? Yeah.
You need to take better care of yourself.
Okay. I have one more thing to try. If you could deliver, you see she takes a couple books out. Someone in the third ring, I think a Rosa had requested these books. If you could just...
No, Rosa, I know her.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, by the way, I spoke to Ollie, gave her that list you wanted, and she said she'll get on it.
Okay, good. Good, I was worried she wasn't going to be able to get. thing to try with Virgil. I promise I will get some sleep afterwards. I'll see you tonight.
If you don't, I'll see Ollie again and I'll come up with a tincture.
Right. Yeah, okay. I'll get some sleep. I'll see you tonight at dinner.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I love you. And they're gonna kiss her head.
Oh. Virgil's just
Kira-
drooling and
Kira blinks back. Yeah, I love you too. Takes a deep breath. You hear her like under her breath begin to like work over incantations that you know she's not quite performing yet. She's just repeating it to make sure that she gets it right.
Before they leave, Jace is gonna take out like a little silver kind of quill pen. It's the feather isn't an actual feather. It's like silver embellished, and they're going to like swing her braid up into like a little braided bun and pin it with that. And I always like to better that way. And they'll give her a hug and walk out.
You leave. Virgil, you are alone in the room with Kira. She walks over towards you, sits down next to you on the bed, takes your hand gently, like she always does. Even though you can't speak back, she always speaks gently. Hey, we're gonna try something I haven't tried yet. I think this could help. Virgil, you see, she's grasping both your hands with one hand. You see she goes to take off, and there's this charcoal-hued asymmetrical cape that goes over the side of her shoulder. You see her unpin it, set it gently on the bed next to you both. And Kira is missing an arm. I mean, she's always been missing an arm as long as you've known her. She's not always been missing an arm, but you've only been here for 6 months. Kira removes this, and you see her begin to unpin the fabric that covers this section where the arm would be. You've never seen her do this before. Except, actually, roll me a perception check, because you are
constantly in the room.
You are constantly in the room watching, yeah.
22. 17 plus 5.
You have never seen her do this before, with the exception of one time when Kira returned. It was probably a couple months back, looking incredibly pained, stumbled into the room, tore that same cape off, ripped open at the fabric, and you saw a heavily scarred section of the shoulder where an arm certainly used to be. And on a 22, you saw the flesh there move. Not in a way that it would move because there's muscle and bone underneath it moving, but almost the scar tissue itself slowly just
pulsing
around like a slow starfish trying to
Yummy.
somehow climb down the side of her body. And shortly after, Oleander arrived, applied some kind of poultice. The pain in Kira's face eased, and here she's removing the fabric again. The scar is stationary this time. It's motionless. There's no movement to it. You can see, it is not a clean wound. I'll let that perception check ride for this too. It looks almost as if the arm was torn
Oof.
off. And, I mean, patched and healed as well as could be, but, like, I think you saw more than your share of fights during the Night of Cups, like it had been field dressed. And as Kira takes this off, takes a deep breath, you hear her begin to mutter. She's working her fingers just a couple inches over the scar tissue of the wound. Give me an Arcana check.
$11.
Whispers. Not quite familiar to you, but there's something about them. Under the breath, not usually the way a spell is cast, with the words boldly spoken out, commanding the arcane and the air around to bend to a wizard's will. Instead whispered, but in this case, not in a sinister way, almost like a plea. She moves the fingers over the wound. She raises the other hand, and you see a little mote of light appear between the fingers, beginning to glow. And you feel a warmth in your forehead as that begins to spread. She continues to work the fingers over the scar, holding that mote of light, and you feel the warmth begin to spread through your body. You're gonna make me a couple things in this moment. You're going to make me not a Constitution save, but a Constitution check, and then you're going to make me an Intelligence check. So just add your modifier to each of those rolls.
I think I need to make one for myself as well, because didn't you say she's missing an arm? How is she moving and then also lifting one up? I completely missed that.
I thought of that too. I didn't want to say anything.
Oh, sorry.
Cons.
Thank you. Actually, I forgot about that too. She's moving.
How is she massaging and lifting
she's
up the arm that
moving.
she's
She's
missing?
moving between the two things.
Okay, got it.
Thank you.
21 for Constitution.
That might be the only plot hole I've had so far. in
I'm
this
so
campaign.
sorry.
No,
I was just so confused.
No, I'm glad you got me on
I
it.
was like, what?
Thank you.
She's got 3 arms.
Yeah.
Dirty 20 for Intelligence. So 18 plus 2 on Intelligence, and then
Okay.
21 on Constitution. The dice have been it's been a minute.
Yeah,
we'll give you
good.
some stuff.
Yeah.
You
Little
feel
karma.
connections beginning to occur. Synapses firing that have not fired for 6 months. With each breath that you take, you feel the world around you more, not a picture that you're looking at, but a real intangible thing that your body exists in and that your mind also exists in. Give me an insight check.
It's so interesting using just a phone. I usually have everything in front of me. Natural 20.
Nice.
Damn.
What?
A natural 20. It was on 20 and then I moved it and rolled to a 2, but...
You don't say that,
Ocarina
man.
dice?
Huh?
Those the
There's an
Ocarina
Ocarina dice, yeah.
Wow.
Can I try and form a word right now? If I feel synapses firing off.
Yes, do you want to know the results of your insight check before you say the word?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to do one other thing for me on
Okay.
that. I want you to roll me another Arcana check with advantage.
Oh my god. Let's go. Another natural 20.
What the
Oh my
fuck?
god.
Yep.
What is
Another
happening?
natural 20.
That's crazy.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, the other one was an 8.
Hold on.
Holy fuck. Wait,
Okay,
2 natural
that
20s.
means-
That's it for the game.
That's it for me.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to scroll down to all the secrets here at the bottom of the...
Uh,
Not a problem. It's no big deal. It's fine.
God damn.
I think we're leaving.
Yeah. I see the universe open before my
God,
eyes.
it's the
Your
third
third eye
goes with
opens.
a warm mode of light
Our
is touching your
beautiful mind
forehead.
Atticus, beautiful mind Virgil.
Yeah.
Swiss cheese,
Swiss cheese
beautiful
mind.
Yeah,
mind Virgil.
in this moment of connections being made, of things firing, your sense of smell starting to return, you are suddenly aware. Kira is a powerful wizard. She's the librarian to the Library of Whispers. Extraordinarily capable. What she's doing right now, the way that she's working magic almost like a plea, almost asking for a favor, something she's not sure of. You realize she's requesting that the same way one might pray to an unknown god. Something out there that they believe exists, but they have no prior connection to, no real experience with. In this moment, you see, as she's working this and then returning to bring the mode of light to you, and you feel that warmth spreading over your head. Behind her mouth, barely open, you realize she's gone into a state of she's repeating the spell so many times like a mantra that she's almost just sort of she's kind of gone. She's lost in it, eyes half shut. You see something moving behind the mouth. And then you see out of the corner the head of a small black snake.
I knew it was going to be a snake.
Comes out, looks you in the eyes, unwinds, impossible, it's 3 feet, this could not have all fit in her mouth. It is unwinding and slowly coming out. She's still speaking the spell. The whispers are changing. They're more familiar now. 20 insight check.
Oh. I feel
Nat
sick.
20 insight check. Kira has interacted with something that she has unlocked a presence within herself that even she was unaware of. And she is losing herself to it in a very familiar way to you. I mean, Nat 20 on the Arcana check, I think you know exactly what's going on. Give me... God, you... 2 Nat 20s, I feel like I should give you a shot at knowing this information. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna roll me a history check.
Nat 20.
But the DC for this history check is a 25 or higher. I don't know what that means you would need to roll.
I'd have to roll a nat 20.
I'm gonna give you a shot at it.
Yeah, I have to roll a natural 20.
If anyone wants to bless the dice before you roll them.
Come on.
Get it.
Come on.
A dirty 20.
I thought,
Damn.
Come off it.
A
Damn,
dirty
well
20.
done.
That is
Yeah.
just. Can we just
And
take
18
a second?
plus
Yeah.
2,
An
yeah.
18, oh my god.
Just take a second to understand how much you just got good in a
Yeah.
row.
I know.
That's crazy.
Bask in that just for
I
a
see where
moment.
all my
Jesus.
3 sessions of bad luck dice rolls has gone.
I'm so disappointed in her.
Virgil, as you're starting to feel the air around you again, you're starting to feel the breath in your lungs, your senses are returning. What is the one word that you say?
Barnabas?
Eyes still half shut. Snake like coiled now you see and slowly starting to wrap up your leg. Kira, mouth half open, doesn't make eye contact with you. He's not here. And everything for you goes dark.
I don't want it. I don't want this anymore.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
We are outside of the interrogation chamber.
Excuse me, can I have a sec? Oh, my poor soul.
Fun fact, I still don't know what... I'd never learned in the last campaign what that thing was. I
Yeah.
never learned what it was,
Yeah.
ever.
Okay.
Stick around, you'll find out in this
Jace
one.
and Barnabas, you are both dropped at 0 hit points. I do, before we go any further, I am going to have everyone roll initiative again, too.
Yep.
Just so we are...
Do I get advantage on initiative with my familiar?
Nat one.
No.
13.
Wait, roll this one.
Do I roll? I'm
Yes.
in a cocoon.
I'm also
There's no
unconscious.
such thing as a nat one in initiative, right?
yeah, I mean...
3, then. Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled 9.
17.
Nice.
Okay. I think
19?
that puts...
9.
Oh, no.
What was Barnabas?
13.
Okay.
It's the best initiative roll I've ever had. It's usually a 2.
What did you
Okay.
get?
I'm going to roll for Azakai. And... Okay. That is extraordinarily lucky. I'm going to roll for Birch.
We're fighting the lich. We're gonna fight this lich.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he didn't come for tea, weirdly. Oddly enough.
Oh my god.
Virgil had a 17, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're rolling
Okay.
diamonds tonight.
Diamonds on my mind, baby.
Oh, yeah.
We
That ain't Swiss
Yeah,
cheese.
we're
I got
going
diamonds
straight-
in my brain now.
straight
Nice.
into the initiative order. First one to act, however, is Azakai.
Do something magical, Azakai.
Azakai is going to... Oh, God. Hold on, I'm going to roll something.
Yeah, it's a pretty difficult start animation.
Azakai still holding Remnant, that broken codex, like under like Azakai just sort of like lets the codex drop to
Okay.
the stairs. Kind of like half runs, half slide, like almost like sliding downstairs on his hip. Arrives at your side, Jace, is going to crouches down, whispers in your ear. Time to get out. Healing word, 7 points. You're back on your feet.
Oh, you lucky
They
sod.
see.
Oleander,
Mm-hmm.
as a tiefling, you have dark vision. Virgil, I want you to roll me... Just roll me a constitution save right now.
How much is healing word? Just while I'm adding.
16 on Constitution.
You are conscious with all your hit points.
Whoa.
As a night elf, you also have dark vision. So Barnabas is the only one who doesn't see this. Jace, would you like to describe to everyone what they see?
The person that you saw as Jace and have known as Jace for you all these several years, and for you,
What, just
also-
James?
Yeah.
Barnabas
Yeah.
doesn't know.
Also several years, but scattered in between. Completely gone. It is a still dressed in the same suit, but their dark skin is now glowing white. They have very long, like translucent silver hair, half shaved on the side. Their form is much taller and much broader than you ever remember. Flat-chested, very strong arms, their face looks a little bit like Emma Darcy, but like very like strong jaw, strong, somewhat hooked nose, and dark like eyeliner, and they have like silver filaments in their teeth that almost are like supposed to look like fangs a bit, and then silver feathers and what look like lilies kind of pinning parts of their hair up. And the only thing that you recognize as they open their eyes to the healing word is their eyes. It's the same violet. And as soon as their eyes open, their form like spreads back, almost like scales flipping over down their body into what you do remember, but spreading out from the vitiligo, which now stays white and is the only like piece of skin that feels like the same thing.
Nice. The vitiligo is nice.
I'm gonna wait
Virgil's
until
like,
your
what
turn
the
to
fuck is going on?
But Azakai casts that, and then I think is just gonna run. I mean, healing action is a bonus where it is gonna run to attack the Lich. That's a nat 20.
What is happening?
Fucking love him.
What is happening?
Just call me
That's
Lucky.
fine.
Call my name Lucky, because when I'm around...
I swear to Christ, if you introduced my dad as a lich and he dies in this fight, or is destroyed in this fight, I am leaving. If it's one and done in half an hour, I'm just gone.
The Constitution save too. That's... This is wild.
I know it's bad when Elijah starts swearing. When the rest of us are swearing, it's fine. But like, he's done like 50 damage by punching him in the knob or something.
31 damage. You see, like,
Nice. Bam.
as Azakai hits with that, just those kind of bracers that he usually wears to do smith work as an artificer. As he hits with that, you see fire just kind of erupt and then flow down like the arm and off his side, which illuminates kind of the darkness in the space here too. I'm gonna wait until everyone's turn to ask for perception checks because of that illumination. But that is Azakai's turn. End of Azakai's turn. It is the Lich. Oh boy. Okay.
Nice to meet you. We're
God.
fucked.
It's been lovely, guys. Welcome.
This
back,
was a great
Sean.
session, yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
Hold on, I gotta look up a spell. Because I know what this nasty boy's gonna use. Okay. Oh my god.
Counterspell?
Ooh, can you take... Yeah, because it's not a surprise round. This is just standard initiative order, and you're conscious. You can cast Counterspell. I'll tell you right now, This is a 6th level spell.
Oh, God.
So you will have to make a check. I think the check DC will be 16, and you're using your it's just a D20 plus your charisma modifier as a sorcerer. I think your spellcasting modifier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Mm.
And this is for James, not for Barnabas. Obviously, he's unconscious. Does the Lich recognise Barnabas yet? Or should I just wait?
You don't know because you're unconscious. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
17.
You lucky bugger.
Virgil, your eyes opening in your little sleeping bag, like it's not really binding you. It's just kind of this gelatinous plasma, sort of like you can like.
I would go. I wake up and like, oh God.
You see this lich raise its fingers. The mouth just kind of like cracks and starts to hang open. As it raises a finger to point at Azakai, who has just struck it, you successfully counterspell a disintegrate spell.
Oh.
Which,
my
had
God.
Azakai
Thank
failed the
you.
dexterity saving throw, would have
Would've
killed him
killed him.
Yeah,
immediately.
outright.
Oh my God.
Oh, I would have cried.
Disintegrate spell, boom, gone.
So I think all you're like carrying this thing, right? You just see a like hand like break through, like that's
Over
all
my
you.
shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah, and you just see the gross gelatinous thing stuff dripping
That
off.
is
Like you
metal
see
as
just
fuck.
like that, and you just see like sparkles off the hand, basically.
Jetting.
Yeah.
Oh. Virgil, you're alive.
Get me out of this thing.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That's the Lich's turn. Virgil,
So
it
glad
is
you
your
counteracted
turn.
Ugh. Yeah, I just start burrowing my way out. I'm just like
Um,
I like imagine.
Yeah, give me a little. We'll call this an acrobatics check, not necessarily a strength
Okay.
check to wriggle out. And this can just be half your movement action, basically.
Okay.
Do you fall on your face or not? Wild.
12.
Yeah, you're.
I
think on a
Ace
12 you're able
Ventura
to-
out of the rhinoceros. I just
Yeah.
slide out.
Can't hurt these
Oh, I'm
rhinos.
getting slime. all
Yeah,
over
you're
me,
getting.
like,
And I just like get up. I'm just like look like a just gross.
Actually, you don't because you're covered in mage armor, so it just slides off.
Oh, I'm covered in mage armor. It just slides. Drips very easily.
Just, oh my God, that's right. All this combat that
Hasn't
happened
been 8
in the
hours
wild-
yet.
It's been
And-
like a minute or two.
Well, but you also didn't take your armor on this, so you don't. have
No,
your
I know.
heavy-
I'm
you don't
very
have your
aware.
heavy
Only
armor.
DC
I need
is
a long
next to
rest.
me.
I have so
Yeah.
few spells left.
Okay. Virgil, it's your turn. You're out of the cocoon.
Yeah. Virgil kind of looks. They have no idea what's going on.
The last you remember that moment happened in
Yeah.
Kira's room.
Was me grabbing you on a stage. Oh no, the thing
No,
with
the
Kira,
thing,
sorry.
Yeah. Is this a birthday? What? Who are you?
You would know. I think you've seen Oleander
yeah.
a few times before in the
Oh.
in the interim of like the last 6 months.
Okay, so like when
Never
I'm
really
with
been able to
Kat-
interact, but you
Yeah, yeah.
recognize.
and I know who you
Oleander.
are, yeah.
Oleander, was it?
Oh, hi, Virgil. I'm glad that you're conscious. We're in a bit of a situation here.
Where's Barnabas?
Oh, he's, and I point to Barnabas on the
Not
ground.
unconscious on the
Oh,
ground.
no.
Frailly crumpled on a stone step.
Yeah, Virgil looks at Barnabas, and while Barnabas looks bloodied and beaten, probably, Virgil like kind of smiles. He's like,
Thank God he's here.
yeah, like, oh my God, he's alive. And then looks and sees the fucking lich, and he's like, oh my fucking God. And then, oh shit, this is gonna. They're gonna cast Scorching Ray at a 2nd level at
Cool.
at the
Yeah, make those spell attacks.
yeah. Scorching Ray doesn't automatically hit. I got to roll for an attack. right?
Yeah, I think there's 3. You roll 3 different because there's 3 rays.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you roll for each ray,
Okay.
just like you would with multiple Eldritch Blasts.
And I get a +8 to the roll. What the fuck? Sorry, it's been a minute.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
+8
my
sounds
spell
right.
attack is
Yeah.
+8. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. 22 on the first one.
That one's a hit.
18 on the second one.
That one's also a hit.
And then 16 on the last one.
That one is not a hit. So
Okay.
two successful hits.
Okay. And it's 2d6. 8 on that first one. 6 on the second one.
Okay. You fire those off. You see sections of both the tattered garment and the tattered flesh of this just kind of start to burn, and kind of they have that embry glow, but and the smell in here from that, even in this wide space, you immediately, it's just
Burning
this
rot.
is centuries old flesh that is just going out.
I'm out for how long did we get into this bullshit? And Virgil, with the rest of my, I'm gonna try and get to Barnabas and.
Okay. You've got 15 feet left, but you're all on the steps right here. You can get to Barnabas' side.
Cool. With my bonus action, can I try and like stabilize Barnabas?
No, it's because using medicine is a full action.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Then I will just
Um,
kind of like guard
Okay,
Barnabas.
cool.
Yeah.
You're crouched over Barnabas.
Yeah.
Barnabas, it is your turn, but you are unconscious, which
Death saving
does mean
throws.
you do have to make a death saving throw.
Failure.
Okay. One failure. Oleander, it is your turn. On your turn, at the beginning, make a perception check for me.
Nothing's happened to my BB.
Barney.
What?
Barney.
21.
Yeah, my Barney. Oh yeah, I call you Barney, huh? Yeah.
That moment that Azakai struck and the flame going down the gauntlet illuminated the space, you are going to have a realization. You have been to the 8th ring before, a few times, on invite, from Rune.
Mm-hmm.
8th ring is the top ring of Orsahd. It is the point to where you would see the canopy of the great tree above the best. You would be able to glimpse sections of the night sky through it and see the furthest out across the plains in front of Orsahd. You look up and you see about 100 feet up a cavern ceiling. There is no night sky. It is not dark because of a spell or because it is night. It is dark because you are underground. And as you're looking around, you realize that's a good enough perception check. You're not in the 8th ring. You are somewhere else entirely.
With the level
Okay.
of corruption going on, are we surprised?
Okay.
But it is your turn.
All right. So, Leander just took a bunch of necrotic damage. She looks over and she sees Barnabas down, Virgil by his side, Jace, new form, a little
back
overwhelmed.
to the old form now, but
But you got a
okay.
glimpse.
Okay.
But you did glimpse the old one.
She's kind of hunched over and she stands up a bit. She takes her mace off her back. She goes, okay. And she just starts running at this lich.
Well, you can definitely get there in your movement, yeah.
Puts it to the left of her, backhands this lich with her mace.
Give me an attack roll.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
That's 9 damage for the first attack. I get
Okay.
my extra attack, or my bonus attack, whatever it is. That is a 22 to hit,
22 hits.
another 8 damage. I am going to action surge.
Okay.
Fuck him up.
So backhand,
Yeah.
pull it behind me, strike forward again.
I will say, even on an action surge, your familiar can only give you advantage on one attack.
Oh.
Per turn, though.
Okay.
Even if you action surge.
Okay.
What's your familiar?
A raven.
Like a bird shit hits.
Mm-hmm.
What the
Really?
That's a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
12 damage. Then we're gonna over the top, down,
Hell yeah.
Squash.
and then last extra attack.
What's the stone? Rose quartz?
Yeah. Big
Nice.
rose quartz. Smash
That's
them
hot.
us.
Oh.
And that is a 15 to
15
hit.
does not hit.
Fuck.
I think with that last strike, on that last smash down, a lot of the embers that have kind of lit up on this Lich's clothing between the burning hands and Azakai's strike, there's just this flare of sparks almost as you are knocking a lot of that burning detritus off of this decrepit, aging body. And on that last strike, as you go in, hovering probably about a foot off the ground, just floats back just enough that the mace swings wide as sparks just kind of float through the air. With an action surge and your movement, that is your turn. I need to check something real quick on this.
I have to check something. The Lich has an undead dragon. I forgot. Here it is. His name's Brent.
Hello, I'm Brent.
Oh, Brent. All right.
Suppose.
Suppose.
Oleander and Azakai, you are like right there engaging with this. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck. It's a 9.
That's a lot of dice.
I don't like that.
That's a lot of dice.
A 9.
Yeah, 9.
Hit the second number.
And I'm down.
You are going to take 19 points of necrotic damage.
And I'm
as
down.
this Lich uses all 3 of their legendary actions to cast Disrupt Life on anything within 20 feet of it. Azakai takes 19 half to 9. Azakai's still up. Okay, Oleander, you are down as you just feel with those sparks dispersing in the air, a coldness grips your chest as you feel your mace fall from your hands and you are out before you even hit the floor.
Wait, who was that?
Jason, it's your turn.
You?
That was me dropping.
So Azakai, you third.
Yeah.
Jace, as you're waking up, give me 2 things. Give me a perception check and a history check.
It's a 6 on history. 22 on perception.
22, you notice the same thing that Oleander does. You're underground. This is not the 8th ring. And it's your turn.
Okay. Oh, God. Fuck.
It's bad.
They're healed. They wake up. They see how bad it is, both what happened and what is continuing to happen. I think they're just gonna, kind of class Azakai on the side of the neck. And, they have...
Azakai's up next to the Lich
But
now,
when
so...
I'm, retroactively,
okay.
as things are coming, fear in their eyes, but they'll, kind of pat him on, and then he moves on. They're gonna rush over to Barnabas. And, also, clasps your fallen form behind the back of the neck.
Mhm.
You're not done yet, holding.
No, thank goodness.
And then, in a whisper that only you hear, but is Kira's exact voice, goodness over greatness. And
This is too much for me this session. Sorry, continue.
and you are healed. You also get a point of inspiration.
Oh,
Yeah, Virgil
bloody
could definitely have
Um,
could use that to hear as well.
And wait, where's my thing?
Virgil's like, did Brandibus get a partner?
So you have 8 health.
Wow.
All right.
And then as they rise, they're gonna turn on this thing that's just fucking everybody up. And it could be a trick of the light, it could be embers. I think you all know now that's not what it is. But their eyes, the violet, flashes red again. And they are going to just rush the Lich. And as Oleander is just walloping hits on them, after the last one and they get hit and they fall,
Yeah.
they're gonna drop and slide between the Lich's legs, come around behind them, and grip their head. And I'm going to
Skull.
cast Inflict Wounds. Skull, yes.
Yeah, as you grip the head, it goes into the little bit of flesh that I
Yep.
think is left hanging over the eye socket, so it just goes back into an empty, you're grasping the side of the head in the eye socket.
Well, then we'll flavor text it that their nails sharpen a little to get more of a hold.
On the inside of the
his eye.
skull.
You know, just where that optical nerve is, yeah, right in there.
I mean, that's 24 to hit. I would assume that hits, given...
Yes,
things.
it does.
Um, 25 psychic damage.
Okay.
And as the nails
yeah.
sink in, it's scraping against bone, and that almost transfers into this eerie, dissonant sound that just echoes in the caverns of their skull.
as that reverberation starts to ping around, you see that it starts to find outlets in weaker points of the Lich's body. A rib explodes outwards, down near the thigh. It just starts to there's what sounds just like a wet rip, like when you rip up a handful of grass out of the mud, and black ichor just starts to run down the leg of this thing. It's as it's just sort of ripping out different parts of its body that are less intact than the skull. For an undead wizard, this thing looks pretty fucked up. That is back to the top of the initiative order. It is Azakai's turn. Azakai is sees you down, Oleander. Gets down next to you on your feet. That was another 4. You're healed for 7 points. Hitting word and is going to strike at the Lich again. You're fucking kidding.
Got about 20 again, didn't it?
Best boy!
Yeah. God, the Lich is not fucking quitting. Lich.
Should I get my
Constitution
should I just get
save.
my vest on now? Should I?
Let's go use burner legendary resistance to succeed against that. So the damage this time is just. Fuck. Azakai comes up off the ground after casting that healing word on Oleander, and as he strikes up, like, hits kind of where the solar plexus is, and like a pinata, you see the ribcage just explodes, like, out to the sides. Just sort of like you can see the tatters of the spinal column left now hanging down in the back. This lich is doing so poorly. But that's Azakai's turn. It is the lich's turn. Barnabas, you're on your feet now. Before I want, even though it's not your turn, I want you to make me a perception check and a history check. And you can make the history check with advantage.
Okay. Perception 13. Amanita's next to me.
Yeah.
I want to get these right
Yeah,
before
yeah.
it dies.
Yeah.
The
So you
very
can-
next turn
yeah,
or
you
something.
can-
So I'm going to re-roll perception. So that was 13. 16. Okay, that's better. History. History, a lovely 25.
Okay. 16 perception check. I don't think high elves have dark vision, do they?
Oh, let me tell you. Dark vision, 60 feet.
Okay. In that strike, as the flame goes up Azakai's arm again, and you see the ribcage fracture outwards. You're looking around the space. You see the same thing that Oleander and Jace did. You are not in the 8th ring. You've been to the 8th ring before. This is not it. You are underground somewhere. That strike happens. You see it's dim, so it's really just like you see the silhouette of it from the light of Azakai's flame as it strikes upwards, cast back against the floor of the cavern. Small black serpent coiled up the spine.
I hate this place.
On your history check, I'm going to narrate two things for you at once. You see the lich just starts to sort of lean back, and as it leans back, in the space behind it, like a sliver of light opening up, except that it is just darkness. Even darkly, it is
Absence.
even darker. It is.
It's
It
absence
is
of anything.
absolute darkness. Opens up as the lich just falls back into it. Lich is casting Dimension Door and disappears.
Counterspell. I'll use another counterspell.
Okay,
Oh
this
my
is
God.
a well, Lich has got counterspell too. Lich is going to counterspell your counterspell. Damn it!
Okay.
This Lich has got to get the fuck out of
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to counterspell a counterspell?
Okay,
What
so-
I could.
Please,
Yeah.
can I... Is there a roll I can do to detect any notion of recognition in the Lich? Because I know who they are.
And they're finally up now.
16.
And Liches aren't like...
They're not.
They're sentient.
Yeah.
They're still, you know, highly intelligent.
You don't see a look of recognition in the Lich, but you did see the snake coiled around the spine. Lich falls back.
Mind
In
fuckery
an
going
instant, just gone. Barnabas, on the history check, you're looking around. And I do realize that, like, I fucked this up last time because I accidentally said it and gave it away and then pretended it was a mistake. You are looking around at the foundations of Orsahd, said to not exist, but here you see architecture unfamiliar to the rest of the city, the original underpinnings of Orsahd. You are in what even some of the most well-informed scholars in Orsahd would have told you was a myth. You were in the foundations of the Orsahd in the fabled 9th ring. As you look around, like the ruins in this cavern, there's a massive like underpinning that supports the whole city. You're underneath the city. Lich is gone. We're out of initiative order, and you are all conscious.
And still supposed to run for our lives.
Yeah, so as I remember, there was like some kind of plant-like portal system that wasn't too far from us, right?
Azakai thought there was because you were in the 8th ring, and there should have been a solarium right outside.
We're in a ring
Okay.
that nobody knows exists.
So I'm gonna snap my fingers in the air and call my familiar Steve. Good old Steve. I'm gonna look at him. Hey, buddy. Can you try to find a way out of here? Go find a way out of here, Steve.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of like throw him in the air.
Yeah, it just kind of circles around for a little while and then takes off into the darkness.
Oh, great.
Barnabas feels a tap on his shoulder, like a. Hello.
Welcome back. It's also the quietest that anyone has ever heard him talk.
Yeah. Where are we?
A ring that isn't supposed to exist.
Also, and Virgil just fucking gives Barnabas a giant hug and just says, "Thank you."
And unfortunately, he does not return it.
No.
Not because of you, but just he's like completely eyes glazed over, just looking around, like, yeah. Very down to you.
Okay,
Like
no,
you
there's a
feel
lot
like
going
when
on.
you hug him, you feel nothing. Like there's no like you're just slumped, just a slumped, tired old man for the first time since you've known him. And just a little tap of the hand on your back, and that's it.
You're covered in slime now.
We can't just stand here.
Who
We
are you
have to
gonna
keep
call?
moving.
Does anyone have a way to light this tavern?
I'm all tapped for tricks right now.
All right.
Azakai's gonna knock both his gauntlets together, and they just
Okay. I cast dancing lights too.
cool.
Nice.
So you've got the dancing
Okay.
lights. Azakai's gauntlet that it's lit.
And I pull out a
enough
lamp,
to-
just
Yeah.
so I can do something.
Barnabas, can I carry that and lead the party? I'm gonna take it from Barnabas and everyone stay behind me and walk in front of the party and just start walking.
There wouldn't be a shower around here or any wet rag I could use.
As you say that, some like nasty old cave water from the cavern ceiling above you just drips right on your nose.
Great. This is great.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
You're
Jace, Ovark.
Yes,
You've probably
yes,
heard my voice
yes.
a couple times.
yes.
I have.
It
What
feels-
happened?
I mean, I guess it's better to walk in and explain. I did some bad things, and I'm still here. I don't know why, but oh my God, it's your partner's birthday. The person who was
Kira. my
Kira,
mistress,
Kira.
Yes.
Kira.
Do you know what happened to her? She was supposed to be in the room with you. She was supposed to be helping you. When we came to meet her, we found evidence of a struggle, that she was attacked. Both of you were missing. Trying to find her is what brought us here. Or at least wherever the fuck we were before this. Kind of got detained along the way.
We have reason to believe she's in the Nightlands.
In the Nightlands? What?
Yeah, isn't that what we figured?
Feylands? Is she in the Feylands or the Lightlands? No, she's not in the Lightlands.
No, you have no idea where she is.
No. Oh,
We were on this trail
yeah.
that that a creature from the Feywild, which was part of the night.
Well, you
Maiden,
never
right?
found the trail. You found like
We saw
the destroyed library where it had been cast, but that had been cast 300 years ago.
Yeah. We all we know is that your mentor's girlfriend opened a path to the wild path. That's all we know.
Yeah.
Wild
At the moment, we're still on kidnapping.
Yeah.
kid.
We haven't learned anything more than that.
Well, I mean, I hate
Well,
to
That's
say
James
it,
saying that, not Brian.
We found you.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
it's not too much of a stretch that whoever kidnapped you also kidnapped her, and she could be.
Yeah,
Fuck,
why
she could
was
be
I-
nearby.
Why was I in an egg of sorts?
Roll me a perception check.
Can I also try my ring again?
Yeah.
If we're nearby.
Yeah.
Do I have to roll anything for it?
No, it's just a ring of sending.
21 on perception.
21 on perception. Let me ask this. That diadem that was found that belonged to Kira, is Barnabas still holding that?
Oh yeah. It's the thing that saved his life.
No, that was the thing. That was the thing that was pinned on you. The diadem you found while exploring the
I didn't get rid
library
of that either.
next to the codex. Yeah, didn't get rid of that.
But yes,
But
yes,
yeah, great.
absolutely.
Virgil, you see a diadem being basically like these fine chains that just suspend like a single jewel sort of, or some sort of ornament, but in this case it is like just this kind of like almost smoky quartz crystal kind of rough hewn.
I can be wearing it.
Yeah, you see that just kind of hanging around Barnabas's neck. Kira was wearing that diadem when you saw them last, when they were doing the spell work. Now Barnabas has got it.
Does that?
Oh, because Jace would recognise it as well.
Yeah, you would have recognized
But it wouldn't have.
Kira's
So
diadem.
I can't really be wearing it because it would have come up. Oh no, because we just found it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, you just
sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
Does
You
it
kind of just
look?
found it in the library
I've seen it
right
before.
before you got arrested. Basically.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I've seen it before on Kira. Obviously, does it look familiar to what I saw in the journal?
In the journal.
On the creature.
Should we be plugging our ears right
No.
now?
Okay.
No.
Well, that's Kira's. I mean,
Where'd you find that?
The library. Just tugs it off. Hands it to Virgil.
As you go to hand it to Virgil, I want you to give me. I'm going to call this an insight check.
Okay.
But you're going to do it with advantage because Amy's just sort of like hanging on to your robes right now.
Oh, my darling
Your
Amy.
two little mushroom fingers.
Insight, you said?
Yeah.
do I see those mushroom things?
You see a little tiny. It's like you know the little mushrooms in Fantasia with like the caps and the
Yeah.
little. It's like about this big and it's just in a little pot at Barnabas's side.
14.
14.
Yeah, not great.
You're going to hand the diadem over. There is a moment earlier when you cast detect magic in the like when you were running down the hallway trying to find like your brain racing like detect magic, you were only focused on what was
On the
behind
cells.
the doors. Something in the diadem, you felt something else, small compared to what you were trying to sense behind the doors, like a little fragment of something. And as you go to like hand the diadem over,
Still
you get that
holding it.
feeling again.
It's just like I almost drop it in your hand and then pull back.
I mean, it's not mine anyways.
And can I roll to see if I recognise anything in it?
Roll me an investigation check.
I keep asking this every time because I forget. How often can Amy be helpful?
As long as it's not combat,
You have
because
to be-
combat is just once per
I
turn.
gave
But
you inspiration.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I will use that as well. So
Yeah,
it was
that was-
15, but it wasn't quite what I wanted.
15's high enough.
Okay, cool. Well, okay, so
Yeah. So you don't have
Okay,
to
then.
waste the inspiration on it. 15's high enough.
Well, let's reverse that.
You look at the
Holding
diadem.
it, yeah.
Diadem. You've been wearing it around your neck. Meant to be worn around the head.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Just immediately puts it on. Like in jam on the where it should be.
I need everyone else to leave the room.
Bye.
You should never leave a depressed 500-year-old
I don't
wizard
want to
alone.
be here anyway.
Yeah, you didn't even hug me back. What the
No,
fuck?
listen. A lot has happened, okay? Oh, is that door closed?
Before I give you what you see, Barnabas, I'm going to give you some context for it. There was a time, I think about, let's see, what's Kira now, early 40s. There was a time, a few years after Kira graduating as one of your students, beginning to work. At first she worked at the same library that you were the librarian of, just as an assistant, not necessarily as your paramagus either, but you were still able to work together on, like, side by side on things. She was an invaluable researcher, and you knew destined for greatness. If whatever Kira would have wanted to be within Orsahd, she could do. Such is the way with humans; they tend to excel if they put their minds and hearts to it. But a few years after her graduation, you could tell that there was an idea that Kira wasn't sharing a lot about, that she was starting to become more and more, not obsessive, but her curiosity was being sparked. And there came a day when she informed you that she was going to be leaving, and that she would return, well, it was going to be a while before she would return. Kira left Orsahd for nearly 10 years to travel with her newly wedded husband and newborn daughter.
Oh. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have. Okay, yes, continue.
Let me, actually, I don't want to get that. I have the name written here down and I forgot it. Where is it? Hold on.
Oh, I mean, sorry.
Arya.
Arya.
Yes. Yeah.
But I know that she had a husband and daughter.
Arya of Ark. Yes, you did. Because she didn't leave until, like, the Arya had just been born, and you were able to, like, see the new child, and then they left on their travels.
Arya.
And it is a fond memory that you have of her and her husband James coming to visit you in the library shortly after Arya was born. Kira never told you where she was going. She was gone for almost a decade. She would always, though, without fail, write back. The letters never gave you an idea of necessarily where she, like, you're smart enough, you were kind of able to piece together. She never told you what she was doing, but you figured out that she had gone west, crossed the Black Sea, not an actual sea, but a desert, and had most likely made it all the way to the western shores of Namira. With your knowledge, you would know there's not a lot over there. Roll me a history check, actually, real quick.
26.
There is one thing located over there. A cavern known as the Rose's Mouth. It is of note only in that it is said to contain an opening to the wild path somewhere deep within the bowels of the cavern. Kira continued to send you letters throughout the journey. Then there was a gap. Almost 2 years. No letters. No word. And then one day, I find a letter. I'm returning home. James and Arya are gone. I hope that there is still a place for me in Orsahd. I need it desperately. Your friend and colleague, Kira Uvark. And of course, when she returned, you opened your arms wide open. And when Kira returned, she returned with something that she she climbed her way pretty quickly into the ranks of librarian to the Library of Whispers. When she returned, she brought with her something that she sort of referred to almost like as a ward, or she said an orphan that she had taken on and met during her travels. Jace. You put the diadem on. What you see now is a memory. In a place lit only by warm stars above, there's a black velvety darkness that descends like curtains. And you can see that, even to the naked eye, you can see slowly the constellations that these stars make drift with some speed to be glimpsed by the naked eye, to be able to see the rotations. And they rotate slowly in different directions, so there are these patterns being made. A long winding path through foothills, wild grass on either side, the occasional low widespread tree to break up the landscape. You see Kira. She is walking with James, holding one hand. The other hand, she is holding a now much older than when you had seen her as a newborn child, the hand of Arya. In this vision, give me a perception check.
Oh my goodness. Okay. It's 6. I can't use Amy every single roll. That's just cheating. Or can I?
6.
I still have inspiration.
It's up to you if you want to use it. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not the DC, but the DC is not very high.
Yeah.
Okay.
8. Thank God for that. So 14. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
DC was down.
Plus
I was
8.
oh God.
No.
Heartbreaking.
No, plus 8, I mean.
In the memory, Arya turns her head to look over to the side. She looks so much like her father, James. Dark skin, long, dark, curling hair, brown eyes. Even for what is most likely like around an 8-year-old child, like you can tell already she's going to be tall, also like her father. And the only difference between Arya and the young Lord Jace when you met them is that Jace had that patch of white on their head, because what you are looking at now in Arya is the spitting image of Jace without the white patch. Arya turns back to face forward. In this moment, you can't hear anything. Like, the memory itself is silent, but it's like you're standing there perceiving from behind, watching this take place. You see, all of a sudden, the family stops. Like, I think without a check, you can tell now, like, they had been holding, not just for, like, comfort, but also because, like, stay close, stay with me. You see them stop. Kira kind of, like, starts to back up, lets go of James' hand. I will also mention, has both arms right now.
Yes, I did
Yeah.
it. When you said
Yeah,
holding
yeah.
I did it. I did infer that.
Yeah, I didn't make the same mistake twice. Begins to, you can see, like, even begins a casting of a spell. You see a shimmer go up around Arya. You don't need to make a check for this. That's mage armor. Protecting the child. James steps forward. Wizard, he also begins to mutter, and you see, like, a mote of light begin to grow between these two fingers right here as he focuses on it. Exploding out from this little crest of a hill, so maybe, but really only about 10 feet away from them, you see a horror. Tendrils that first appear as, like, hands, only to be, like, sucked back into this black amorphous body as, like, writhing, almost like it's in pain. You see limb after limb shoot out, so it goes in an instant from having maybe 5 to 6 arms to having a dozen, back to having 3, as limbs are just exploding out. You see this face, almost like a white mask, but with hollow black eye sockets and crooked teeth, like it's really not put together, kind of like cracking, and you can tell even without sound that this thing is screaming just from the strain that you see in its shape. This thing is writhing, exploding forward. James, the mode of light, let's go, hits it. You see a part of it comes back into the body. It is coming forward now with enormous speed, like those arms that are, like, exploding out and then disappearing back, almost like rapidly moving, like a centipede's legs, just carrying it. You see James steps forward. Bisected in half. Cut. You see him fall back, and the top half slides a couple feet across in the bound. You see what looks to be Kira screaming, and she jumps up to also, like, and, like, 2 arms explode out, hitting her, and she knocked 10 feet back. You cannot tell in the memory whether it is your own horror raising the hairs on the back of your neck, or if it is something embedded in the memory itself. You see as Kira starts to get up, and again that similar, like, mode of light that James had between his hands begins to grow. Not fast enough. Arya is standing there looking up, shimmering in the light that her mother draped her in. Arms explode out, holding up the child, and almost like an enormous mouth, Arya slips into the figure of this horror. And then it goes still. Almost deflating, it falls to the ground with a heavy thud. No longer arms exploding out, no more limbs, just a figure. Long, dark in shape, still almost like a hooded cloak, although most likely it's skin. The mask, you see one last movement of the mouth. Goes still. Two arms now, splayed out on either side. You see Kira has not moved from the ground, is just sort of like frozen in the ground, staring at this thing. As slowly, it begins to take on another shape. And within a matter of seconds, you see now lying on the ground, almost identical to Arya. The form of the young Jace. Identical to Arya in every way except for that white patch on the forehead. And even as this happens, you see from out of the mouth a small black snake begin to coil and come out and quickly start to wrap around the throat. It is in this moment that Kira finally takes action, dashes to the side, grabs the snake. You see that the snake bites her arm. She's pulling at this thing. The snake is like latched onto her arm. She rips away. The snake comes with it. Jace, now you know, still lying there on the ground, takes the snake, can't seem to get it off. You see there is a darkness beginning to grow, like before your very eyes, that is beginning to creep up her arm. You see her take a moment, looks over, sees the top half of James's body right there, his torso, reaches into the cloak, pulls out a dagger. 1, 2, 3. The arm is off. You see she grabs it. You can see some sort of spell being cast as it immediately begins to seal off the wound. She takes the armed snake, still like fangs embedded in the arm, like throws it into the air, that same mode of light, and just gone. Chars it. Moments pass that seem like hours. The stars still twisting above in patterns. Kira slowly moves on her knees over to the side of the child curled up there. Give me an insight check. On a 17, you see her still holding the dagger. She is deciding whether or not to kill this thing. You see her arm begins to tremble. Tears pouring down her face. You can see with no sound, even like her mouth is open, like wrapped in sobs as she begins to raise the knife. Jace's eyes open, looking back up at her. Same purple eyes as Arya. Same as her father James. Now the same in Jace. Just looking up. And you see Kira drop the knife and just collapse in with one arm cradle the little girl to herself, weeping. And the memory is complete.
Jesus Christ.
And we're going to go on our 10-minute break. We'll be back in 10.
man is different.
Yeah.
He's different
Yeah.
after this.
We're back.
Out of
Brandis,
all the years.
Yeah.
memory,
of
yeah,
all the
memory
years.
from the diadem is fading now.
Mhm.
You're still down here in the ninth ring,
Mhm.
surrounded by everyone else.
Are we any closer to that way out?
Are
He's
we
not
any-
looking anyone in the eye. He's just like, still
Are we any
completely
closer
dazed.
to her?
I don't know.
Do you know if she's here with you?
Well,
What's the last thing you remember?
a black snake forming in her mouth and falling out.
Black
What?
snake.
Oh yeah, if I was able to convey anything other than the one word that I could say while regaining life, I would have told her not. She communicated with the same presence from the Nightlands.
This is also the quietest that anyone has heard Brandon speak. He just comes straight up to you and grabs you by the shoulder. Are you sure?
I mean, the black snake, the prayer, the familiarity of it all, the holes in my brain squirming at the very utterance of words.
Someone please tell me what's going on. You both are looking at each other very intently and saying a whole lot with your face and not enough with your words.
Do they know what happened?
Was
You
Jace
know
filled in
some.
back here?
I told.
On the whole Knight of Cups thing?
Yeah,
I told.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If
Yeah,
I told
yeah,
you,
you
Okay,
would
yeah,
have
yeah.
been. Yep.
Alright.
that's the thing. I absolutely trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I've known you for a very long time
Yeah.
as well. Jace knows. I don't believe Oleana does.
Black snake.
Mm.
I saw a black snake tattoo on the neck of. What was that woman's name?
Azakai steps over. The founder of Adriantus.
That's right.
I don't know the way out, but there's a path that leads this way.
We should follow it. I want to spend as little time in this lich's lair as possible.
Okay.
Wait, that was a lich? I thought that was just like a zombie. What the fuck is going on?
Much, much worse than a zombie.
Pulling
Everyone-
out their ring again and kissing it to activate. Please tell me you are nearby. Tell me you're okay. Tell me anything. I need to hear your voice.
Azakai, lead the way.
You don't get a response back. Azakai's walking like step in step with you, Oleander.
Holding out the lantern.
I'm going to have. We're just gonna. You're not wild though, and you're not trying. It's not a survival check. Everyone, give me perception checks.
Is survival linked to nature? That's
Yeah,
solid.
survival would
Was-
usually be to like track or to, but you're not
9.
doing any of that.
Not one.
Perception was it?
Perception.
They're too upset that there's just
Oh, you fucker.
emptiness.
8.
That's a 12.
I like that you use that instead
Oh,
of the dice that
okay.
are in front of you.
I know. Oh, you're
You're
right. I'll
falling
do
down
it
this
again.
path. Yeah. Ruins. I mean, ruins on all. Like, this is the fabled ninth ring, the foundations of the city where that used to be teeming with life. I mean, your history check was high enough, Brandibus. You know what happened here. But you haven't mentioned that this is the ninth ring yet, and no one else got their history check yet. So what all of you see is what looks to have been once a section of the city down here in the foundations that had just as much going on as every other ring. But similar to the collapsed library that you found down here, like buildings are shattered, ancient. There is a thick coat of dust everywhere. you don't really see any other footsteps either. So it's like, I mean, these ruins down here are centuries old. As you are making your way into the path and you kind of come into the ruins of these buildings and you're picking your way over the stone, cavern ceiling, high above, Jace, you look down and see what seems to be a hallway still, like, well kept. It's not collapsed. There's no ruins in the way. This hallway looks like it's been maintained. And there is a moment when you see a shadow flicker far at the end, like somebody, like being right at the edge of the light in the hallway and then disappearing.
They are going to minor illusion the general shadows around them to almost kind of like mask our own procession through across the hall, and pause a moment at the corner as like everyone goes on and kind of just like let people drift on. And I think in message to Azakai, just give me a moment. I'll tail along. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, come back around the corner.
Jill, I don't think we should go anywhere alone here, Jace.
And stealthing, Jace is going to shift into room.
What? Sorry,
Yeah.
I missed that.
Shifting.
Give me a stealth check.
Sorry, did you say shift into room?
Yeah, how does that work?
Hold on, give me the stealth check, because
5. Not actually 7, sorry.
7.
Yeah.
All of you see Jace take the form of Rune and then begin walking down this side hall.
Who the fuck is this?
Whoa. That's an image of Rune, my friend. Just give Jace a moment here.
All I do is stare at them as they walk off.
I'm gonna gently put my mace in the air and try to signal for Steve to come back.
What? Are you a tiefling? Are you?
Yeah.
You're like a muscle mommy tiefling.
Yeah, that's right.
Virgil sees you and like is getting a good look at you for the first time and goes, "Yeah, whatever she says."
I'm just gonna look down at Virgil and pat him on the shoulder a little bit.
Call me a good boy now.
Maybe if you're a good boy later.
Just get into it.
Azakai is going to like take a moment and like sort of steps up to your side, Brandon, so you can see like isn't looking at you, is just like shoulder to shoulder with you, like looking down the hallway. You're gonna need us. And Jace starts walking towards the hallway too.
Jace?
Sorry, not Jace. Azakai.
Towards
Again.
Jace.
Towards the Azakai's walking towards the hallway. I mean, Jace has already disappeared. Jace, as Rune has already disappeared down the hallway.
Azakai, we might want to give Jace the lead on this, does not interrupt their plans.
I don't trust this place.
Stay out of sight.
Where the fuck are we?
We don't know.
Oh, do you mind?
I think I got a 14 on this stealth.
I just broke out of a cocoon.
I just sidle up, not sidle up, but like backing up inside and just gently grab Virgil by the hand. We'll explain when we can. For now, we need to just get
You're
out.
being so quiet, friend.
Now let me ask this: are the rest of the three of you, Azakai's going after Jace, are the three of you
I haven't moved.
staying here to wait?
I haven't moved and I'm
Okay.
holding Virgil's hand.
Yeah, we're.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jace, you are walking down the hallway,
It's a separate hallway, yeah. To where
Yeah.
we look down.
separate from the one. It's like actually maintained. There's no rubble in it.
I'm so sorry, very
Yeah.
quickly. Just a message to Azakai. You know what to do if you need me.
Right. I will also mention that this hallway is well lit. There are torches placed in it.
They're striding as if they belong here because as rune they do.
As you are striding down this hallway, give me another perception check, Jace.
How do we feel about me physically getting up to whisper something in Virgil's ear?
11.
Because I'm trying to keep it from everyone.
What was it?
11.
11. You're looking down the hallway. On either side, you see depressions. Cuts into the hall that are almost like little framing galleries
You
for
see depressions.
different, like, jars of
A big purple depression that I was in the previous corridor.
Outside the hallway. Jars filled with various liquids, things that it's hard to distinguish because of how opaque the liquid is floating, suspended within.
We've now moved to like the fork where that corridor, like, I've kind of like pulled us up.
Going down this hallway, you start to see other things too, larger, almost like small antechambers, like you barely have enough room to step inside, but they are like just these little lit sections, almost like you're walking through a gallery or a reliquary. In some, you see various creatures you can only catch like little glimpses of, suspended in what look to be large pieces of smoky quartz. One, you see like a long, fingers far too long hands slide up against the surface on the interior of the stone and then melt away without shape or form. Another one you see certainly no less than 100 eyes, like slowly blinking as you watch passing by. In one, a form, maybe a shadow. You can't tell, like it's crouched down in the corner and it like goes to start to kind of like look at you, but as soon as you make eye contact with it, it just slowly turns and hides its face against the wall, and you can just hear it softly start to cry, and then it just sort of melts away into the corner. You come to one in particular. Where's my cue? On the right-hand side, slightly larger than any of the others, plenty of room to step inside. It is a pedestal, and on that pedestal just looks to be a large, pitch black urn. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
17.
You are compelled to enter the chamber. Something enticing, not an answer to the question that you're after, but maybe a solution for it. Nonetheless, something is in here, something is pulling you. You walk into the chamber. No check necessary. The first thing that happens is you hear the torch burning against the far wall, crackling. It's louder than a torch should be, though. Almost like an entire forest, or a city even, is on fire. And the next thing you smell is ash. Charred, burning, acrid smoke. You don't see it in here, but it burns your nose, nonetheless. And as you approach the pedestal, that urn that is sitting there, you see dark smoke begin to rise out of the edges of it. and it forms what looks to be almost a skeletal bird face. Large, empty eye sockets, the smoke behind curving up to make almost rotten wings.
Lost your way, have you?
Well, you're a fun little thing.
Why? You do me an honor.
A little too long on this spit.
It's this urn that I would like a way out of. And suppose I can interest you in a bargain.
Not usually one for bargains from, well, things in a, I would say museum, but it feels a bit more like a mausoleum.
There's all kinds of things in here.
While I'm waiting, make me an offer.
Flee me from this wretched place, and I can grant you life everlasting. You need but make a single sacrifice. Nothing dear to you, just something alive.
I don't need life everlasting.
Everyone says that until they get to the end.
That's the fun part.
Disconnect from chat.
No bargain then, I suppose.
Do you know what's on the other side?
The other side of what?
Of what you're offering. Do you have life everlasting? Can you tell me it's worth it? Not so
I hope
fun.
to find out one day.
How long have you been in a pot?
Longer than this city above me has stood.
Who put you there?
Meddlers. Heroes. Mortals.
Careful, you say that like you respect them.
You know to say it's been officially too long. We've been standing in this fog. Barnabas has started to follow now. It's now been way
I think
too long.
Azakai is caught up behind you, and in this moment you see the image in that smoke. Jace pause as Azakai steps up behind you, and the sound of his voice breaks that compellment. Remember what you're here looking for. Jace,
Oh. Fuck.
you realize you're not wearing Rune's form anymore either.
Man.
You're in the Jace form.
Okay. I see you have been training. Sorry.
What was in here?
A pot. An urn. There's a lot of creepy shit. Were you not paying attention as you were walking
Yeah,
through?
no, it's pretty bad. I don't think that this hallway is going to be helpful. I think we keep following the path.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Do you see anyone as you were coming through?
No, just I don't know how to get out of here. We have to keep following the path.
Okay.
Which way did you all go?
Go ahead. I'm
We're down here.
I'm right behind you. Before they leave.
Oh, that's a beautiful urn right there. Oh my god.
There's no way you got there before me. Alright?
We're holding hands, remember?
Oh, we are. Okay, we're holding hands. How wide is this corridor? Me and Virgil abreast? Are we blocking it?
Yeah, you can both walk.
Oh,
next to each
wonderful.
other. Yeah.
This is a beautiful area. You have a...
We are
Kept
blocking
us
the
in-
hallway.
Lovely.
Enjoy eternal life in a pod. It's a good little prison. Keep roasting.
Just
They're
a
gonna
single
leave.
black feather floats to the floor in front of the urn.
Virgil picks it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
As you go to pick it up, Virgil just disappears into smoke
Yeah.
in your hand.
Oh, that was a beautiful... I was going to use that to write a letter.
And then, because this is just what he's like now, apparently, Barnabas just stares at Azakai and to Jace. What was here?
I thought I saw a shadow, and that's all it was.
Staring at a shadow for a
Yes,
long
You
time.
followed a shadow down a corridor specifically to this room?
Listen, do you see how much creepy shit there is? I thought somebody was sneaking up
This
on us.
isn't too bad, really. I mean, it's has a kind of bit of a charm to it, actually.
And there was nothing in this room.
Oleander's gonna kind of hold the lantern up and look around the room.
You just see that urn sitting there on the pedestal. Nothing else unusual.
Because you were here for a while.
Everyone give me a perception check.
I need to, you're right. Do you know what? You're right, Sean. I need to start using the bloody dice.
Yeah.
Perception. Why does it always have to be bloody perception? I've got +7 on investigation. Fuck me to death. 7.
23.
23 as well.
Okay.
Well, like 6.
Neither of Barnabas nor Oleander notice anything. Jace and Virgil. Make sure. Yes. Does smell of ash in here. Not as strong as when you walked in, Jace, but like there's kind of this lingering hint of like dust and char in the chamber. Both of you, though, something else now. Rotten, like flesh decomposing, and something sharp. You can tell if you got a stronger whiff of it, it would burn your nose. Between Virgil and Jace, who is standing closest to the door of the chamber. I would imagine
Jace is
We're blocking
closest
the hallway.
to the
Vir-
urn,
So it'll be
so I
me and
feel like
Virgil.
it would be Virgil.
Yeah.
Virgil.
Mm-hmm.
You walked over, picked up the feather, kind of like gone back. There's nothing else really interesting in this chamber. As you're there in the doorway, you look down the hall to your left. Moving, not with great speed, but with some speed, you see a roiling green-yellow cloud of thick, opaque fog that is just sort of like almost like fingers stretching its way slowly down the hallway. It is about 20 feet from where all of you are. Let me ask this, so we're not rolling for initiative. I just need everyone's dexterity modifier.
Yeah.
Because that's how we're going to turn order right now.
+1.
Okay?
2.
Plus 3.
Okay. That puts...
I'm a slippery little guy.
No, you are.
Slippery little guy.
Lithe.
A slippery little
One might
egg.
Like
say.
a snake. Like a
Uh,
snake.
Nubile, one might say.
Virgil, it is your turn first.
There's a green fart with fingers coming down
Green
the
fart
hallway,
with
yeah.
fingers.
You can give me an Arcana check if you want.
That's
Yeah.
what I wanted to do.
Yeah, let's do that. I was gonna cast Detect Magic, but
That's also what I had up.
yeah. Let's just do an Arcana check real
See,
quick.
this is why you're my son. we think the same.
17.
17. Do you feel like you've recognized this before? I mean, I will say on the 17, you get like if you did cast Detect Magic, you'd know for sure what it is.
Okay, let's cast Detect Magic.
Cool. You use your action to cast Detect Magic. I will tell you precisely the technical information of what this is. This is a 5th level Cloud Kill spell.
Oh.
Okay.
This is bad. This is something in here is casting a spell. Oh, it's a spell trap.
Yep, I know that smell.
All right, Virgil, it's your turn. That's your action, but you still have bonus action, move action.
Can I use could I use my telekinetic feat to try and push this thing back?
Ooh, let me look up telekinetic. I don't know if it can affect like gaseous objects,
Let
but
me
let me look at it. Shove. No, because it's just shove one creature.
Okay, and this is not
Yeah.
a creature. Okay.
Can I ask a question about my turn, or would that influence perhaps Virgil's too much?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
What direction is it coming from? Is it coming from the way we
Coming
need to
from
go?
where
Or...
coming from where you came, so it'll
Oh.
push you further down the.
Oh yeah,
Well,
Virgil's
okay.
like, we all should go down this horrible area more, and unless anyone can,
Yeah, I mean you've got 30 feet of movement.
unless anyone other than me knows how to counterspell something,
No.
and I get the feeling I'm the only one that does. And then
Jace is still has dried blood from their ears and their nose and down the corner of their mouth, and they look like absolute shit and exhausted. They're like,
gross, and then
all out of tricks, my friend.
Is
while Virgil's covered in
Yeah,
crusted
yeah.
slime and
Yeah.
bird shit on their shoulder.
is Cloud Kill combustible?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh.
I've got two. I have two questions, but they're both in the same vein. In a way that won't do a typhoon of fire that kills us anyway, is what I'm asking. Could I blow it? Could I make it blow up halfway down the corridor?
It's so close. Here's what I'll say. If you got an Arcana check high enough to because I would make you make an Arcana check too, to know how to ignite this thing with a spell,
I am also.
you would still run the risk of it
But I am an evoker specialization, so I can control where it goes and it doesn't hurt my friends.
Here's what I'll
And
say. Okay, so you want to ignite this thing.
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to say. We won't make it an Arcana check at all. We would make it a spell check, so it would just add your intelligence modifier to this.
Mhm.
In order to fully control it and get rid of it and explode it all down the other way and not have anything come back at you, you would need to get a DC 20 spell modifier check. In order to just ignite it, but not necessarily control where that blast goes, the DC would be 15. If you get lower than a 15, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Roll.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah,
So
do it.
I have.
So 20, perfect.
I have
15,
Okay.
Can I?
not great. Less than 15, bad.
Amy's there.
What's your
I still have Amy.
I have
think he
8
has a
health.
plus
I got singed. I'm dead.
Yeah, I also.
what's
have
your
8
spell
health.
So
modifier?
we're
Yeah.
just gonna get a TP.
My spell modifier is +7.
Of 7.
So you got to
Still-
roll a 13
still
or
pretty
higher.
good.
13
And
or
I have
higher.
Amy, which means I can do it twice.
Oh boy.
My second question.
Yes.
Can I quick save?
Oh my god, you're gonna scum save?
No. Thunderwave. Down this tight corridor.
We're all deaf.
Thunderwave, it would because it's
Because-
just sound. I don't think it would disperse it enough. That's
Well, the spell
unless
says that it,
Ritual is-
pushes objects
yeah,
10 feet
strong
away.
wind disperses the fog.
That has no addition for my spell modifier, though.
I think
So-
because Thunderwave pushes, but it's it's more sound than it is actual wind. I'm gonna say that it wouldn't do anything because this specifically talks about strong wind.
Mm-hmm.
You should roll. You should just do it.
I absolutely agree, and also it's a scorching ray, so I have three tries.
Well, you have your first try, but if any of the tries goes bad,
Goes
it's
really
gonna be
bad.
bad.
Oh, do you have Firebolt?
Do I have no, I don't. I never use. No, I never have Firebolt.
But also the scorching ray, because it's not so much you're not having to roll it, like you're gonna hit this thing.
yeah, it's
It's
a cloud. Yeah,
it's how you hit it.
it's how well I can.
But if you want to do it, go ahead and make that spell check.
Okay, guys.
You're just adding your
Second in
intelligence.
dexterity, I'm dashing down.
Well, it's not.
Yeah, I guess it's no. You're right. It's not Brandibus's turn yet. So
Well,
Jace,
there is no enemy.
yeah.
So I can absolutely say everyone out of the hallway.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've raised my voice in
Right.
since.
So
the
Jace,
the
it is
ledge.
your turn. Sure, Jace, you are booking down the hallway. You can get a full 60 feet.
Yeah.
So you blow past Virgil by 30 feet.
Yeah.
Headed down the hallway, and then it does make it Oleander's turn.
Okay.
Are you running too?
I'm going to second wind, which then gives me another 15 feet on my movement.
Oh, can you just dash?
Second wind
With
just heals you.
With tactical mind.
Got it. Cool.
Wouldn't you just dash though? Because that doubles it.
No, because I need to heal myself too, because I have 8.
Yeah, that's a good call.
points.
So
Second
you can
wind
get
heals.
45
It's gonna
feet
be
down.
bad.
So
Okay.
you're
If I
splitting the
fuck
difference
up, it's
between
bad.
you're splitting the difference between you and Virgil. You're in between Virgil and
Pretty,
Jace now.
pretty much,
booking
but
down the
it, but it
hallway.
also gives me a little bit of
Yeah.
health.
Yeah,
So
that's a good call.
yeah.
Brandibus.
Virgil puts a hand on
Listen, guys.
Brandibus and is like,
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As Kai with us.
Yo, yeah, Azakai's running with you.
Oh,
Yep.
it was clear what I wanted everyone
Yeah.
to do.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
not me, friend. Hand on your shoulder.
Yeah. Does that give me advantage? No.
I mean, you can take advantage from that or Amy. Yeah.
I'll take it from Virgil.
Okay. First one.
18.
18's not a 20, so if you want to try it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Could I see that it's not gonna hit right and kind of push their arm to
Oh,
kind of
yes.
hit a wall?
Yeah.
Yes. Luck, everyone, please.
What do you have? You have to get a 15 or higher on
I
it?
need to get
Give me
a
the juju.
13.
No, because it's just adding your intelligence modifier.
Yeah, which is 7.
Your intelligence modifier is 7?
Yes.
Oh, no, you're,
What's your total intelligence score?
Oh shit! No, it's +4. So my total intelligence score is
Is
I
18.
thought it was your
19.
spell
19, so
casting
it's plus
modifier.
4. No, it's just it's
I
just
thought
your
you said spell
intelligence.
modifier.
Not your spell attack just the one that affects your spells.
That changes a bit.
Oh
Too
no!
late.
You already
So
committed.
I'm already
now-
doing it.
So you gotta
You
get a
already
16 or
committed to it.
higher.
Oh no! Come on, baby, you got this.
8
Ah!
Okay, but your
So
other
the
roll is better.
was 18.
But it wouldn't have been 18 because you thought you were adding 7, so it's actually 15. What? It's still 15.
It's still
So
15.
it's not worse than. It's not worse than 15.
We only needed one person to survive to pick everyone else up.
If you want to metagame, you get one more roll, right?
If you want
You
to
get 3
if
attacks
you wanna
with
metagame-
Scorching Ray, right?
No.
It wouldn't.
This
one,
scorching
this
ray
one
is
going back,
hitting
yeah.
the mist.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a luck check.
Okay. It's just a straight D20, isn't it?
It's just a straight D20. You want to get an 11 or higher for this not to be bad.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Fucking 9.
Okay. Let's see. You were 45 feet. You were 60 feet. Azakai is dashing, so 60 feet with. But I think wouldn't run past you. Oleander would be with you. Virgil, you are standing with.
Yeah.
Can I burn 2
Brandis.
sorcery points to cast something as a bonus action?
Yeah. Quickened.
No, because it
But
was
it's
already
not.
your turn. You can only do it if it was a reaction.
I'm not reacting to fire flying at me.
Can I use absorb elements to protect somebody?
I think it can only work on you.
Hold.
Okay.
Huh?
I don't know if this is possible.
Say it.
Wait, what is it?
Should I silvery barbs you?
So we about me to
Silvery,
stop me
but
from doing
You
it?
just,
Barbs
you already made
just-
your
Would make you
Stop
roll at
the
disadvantage.
Would make.
Well, that would make.
It would just make the
Wait,
roll a
does it just
disadvantage.
make it
Yeah, it would
worse?
just- yeah,
it would make it
never
way
mind.
worse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
Can you counterspell me?
No, I
No.
burned both of them.
We don't know, and we don't know what
Okay.
it is.
I counterspelled once, and then I got counterspelled on my counterspell.
I need dexterity saves from everyone.
Including me?
Wait,
But the amount of damage is going to be different because of how far away. But I do need
Mhm.
dexterity saves from everyone, including Azekai's going to make one.
Listen, it was a
I
cloud
will-
kill spell.
I would tell you
God
this is
damn it.
it is a DC 14.
come on,
Well,
Kirsten.
I don't pass
What is it,
that.
DC what?
Cool, 16.
18.
So halved whatever we fucking take.
Oh, I'm down.
13.
I'm down regardless.
It's 13.
Okay.
Yeah, also 13.
Jace,
Mm.
you take 5 points of fire damage because 1d6 goes to you. But we're starting at 5. Here's the second d6 that is going to Oleander and so Oleander and you got a 13.
Yeah.
Oleander and Azakai are both going to take 10 points of fire damage.
Well, I'm glad I did my second win because I would be down.
Yep.
For each of you, 16 points of fire damage halved to 8 because you
Oh,
both
exactly
succeeded
what
on
I
the
had.
saves.
So I'm down. Listen, they'll sacrifice themselves.
Yeah, Virgil, you as the flame erupts from this cloud kill. I mean, I will. Here's what I will say: you might have been able to outrun the cloud kill spell in this moment. If you had not outrun it, like solving the problem of the cloud kill catches up with you is bad. It was very bad. So
It's a lot of damage.
So,
yeah.
I'm sorry, everyone. What do you mean we could have outrun it? We were in a chamber. Chamber means closed
Yeah.
off.
Hallway.
No, chamber. The
I
hallway is
just
where
like
cloud kill's
burnt,
coming
gross,
from.
crusty, fucking.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I mean, Virgil, Barnabas collapses like in your arms as the
Yeah.
heat just like
Yeah.
flares back.
I turn.
the hallway.
You catch that
Turn.
frail old man not for the first time,
No,
and clearly not the last.
but I'm not very strong, so like. But.
Okay, but the three, you two are still up, right? Azakai's still up. You two are still up.
Barely.
Okay.
And both of you.
Can I just add
Thoroughly
perspective?
singed.
How much damage can the cloud kill spell do?
It's like
Cloud kill
huge.
does 5d8 poison damage on a
Yeah.
failed save.
So I think what everyone means is thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus.
I'm gonna go. Is everyone all right?
Wait, aren't you
Barnabas.
down?
No, I'm not down.
Oh.
Brandis is down. I'm like, I'll help him out. And I'm going to quicken spell. I'm going to burn 2 sorcery slots while he's thinking about whatever he's thinking about while he's dying. And I'm going to cast. No, you.
I'm unconscious. I'm not thinking about shit.
Okay.
I've just got a fireball
Okay.
in the face.
I will try and stabilize them with my main action.
Okay, yeah, give me a medicine check.
Okay.
You just got to get a 10 or higher
Okay.
to stabilize.
It's so weird
Can
looking
I
at a
perceive
phone.
what cast it? What triggered cloud kill? Was it a trap or was it a person?
I rolled an 11, so
Yeah, cool,
Okay.
stabilized.
As soon as I'm up, I'm
so they're
gonna
up,
find
or are
out.
they?
Not up, just like unconscious currently, but doesn't have to make death saving
Okay.
throws. Would need a healing spell.
Okay.
To.
And I quickened spell. I burned 2 source slots. I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on Barnabas, but try and do it like slyly.
While unconscious though.
As soon as they're stabilized, I'm gonna do it because I can do it as a bonus action.
Okay.
What does everyone
They're
have to
still
leave again?
unconscious though.
Okay.
Elijah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I still do it because
there's only one thing I'd be thinking about now.
Yeah.
So does
I don't think you would pick it up though because you're unconscious. Like the second
Okay.
you come back to consciousness, you'd
Okay,
you'd
okay.
catch it. Everyone other than Barnabas who is unconscious, give me a perception check.
I'm unconscious for the second time in like an hour.
Damn, 9. Roll
Six.
shit.
6. I'm rolling like asshole.
couldn't be me.
6.
Perception.
Stupid dot. Stupid dot. I'm gonna switch it up.
Yeah,
Switch
here.
it up again.
That is a 24.
24. You're looking down the hallway holding Barnabas like you stabilize him. Take the moment to cast Detect Thoughts and then look up far down into the hallway about where you entered, maybe like 80 feet down or so. You see the silhouette floating about a foot off the floor.
Fucking knew it.
Golden crown floating above the head cut off so that you can see kind of like the decomposing brain just sort of like swishing around almost like in a little pool. Ribs still blown out so you still see the spine, but like slowly floating down that hall. You see that-
Fuck.
Yeah, weirdly enough, hanging out in the Lich's lair wasn't a good idea. Who could have thought?
Tiefling mommy, help. Carry the old man, please. Carry the old man, please. We need to go now.
Is it my turn, is it?
It is. Well, that was Brandibus' turn. Cloud Kiss Ball doesn't exist anymore, so now we're back to the top of the initiative order. Virgil, but Virgil cast Detect Thoughts. Now it's actually Jace's turn.
How far could I drag
just a little bit,
Brandibus
everyone.
with my movement?
You can. Give me an athletics check to carry him.
God.
Your -1, is that it?
No, I have a +2 to athletics, actually.
Wow. You're a strong boy.
I'm a little strong guy. 20. Dirty 20.
No problem.
Okay.
You've got him. This is your friend.
Yep.
You can carry him.
Shut up.
All right. So Virgil, you are like, you get your full move speed. Are you running?
Yeah,
Okay,
and I'm
cool.
like, a zombie thing, lich,
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
Jace, your turn. I think you all see it now that Virgil's running from it.
So you're 60 feet ahead.
How's Azakai looking? Did he pass his save?
Azakai did. Azakai looks. Okay, I mean, bloody, but
Singed.
yeah.
yes.
Just good old Uncle B singing his friends once again.
Yeah, I think they're
Oh yeah, yeah, that's what
just
James saying.
going to grit their teeth, and you can tell that they are drawing on the last little bit of like strength that they have left, and they're just going to whisper to themselves, "All right, keep fucking going. You got to do it for her." Healing word on myself, and then I think they'll just shout out down the corridor, "Hey, Scully! Oh, big floating bones! Looking a lot less down there. Are you eager to turn into dust?"
I mean, if you're using your turn to like you just see
Taunting.
slowly like a finger raising. No words, just a finger.
Power kill word. Power kill word. Power kill word.
Okay.
Power
What's the-
power
is
word
it a-
kill. Sorry.
What's the
Power word.
Is it a
kill.
wisdom
Yeah,
save?
Power. Yes, I know it's power.
1 moment, I am going up.
Of all the
I will
creatures-
tell you right now, I just rolled a 19 on the die.
Avada Kedavra!
Where are you? There you are. Yes, it is wisdom save.
19 on the die definitely is
Yep.
gonna pass.
And there's no half damage on that. Cool. And they're just gonna be like, yep, that tracks. All right, come on.
Cool. You keep running. Oleander, that's your turn.
You're carrying Brandibus.
Hmm?
Yeah, I mean, you see, even
Pretty
though.
much caught up to you now.
Yeah,
Can someone heal me so I can actually engage with this creature?
I have no
Yes.
healing spells.
I've been unconscious for fucking both.
Time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to stop being nice.
How far is he from us?
About 80 feet.
80 feet.
Mhm.
Go.
And I can't take an action after a second wind, huh? Even with my extra attack.
Yeah, because this is a new initiative order. So you've got like your full action. Like not a new initiative. This is another like round.
But if I take
if you do a
second wind, can I then cast a spell with my attack and my extra action? Or
well,
bonus action,
so
extra
second wind is a bonus action. Can you do second wind twice?
Oh, second wind is a bonus action?
Yeah, second wind is a bonus action.
Not,
but can you do
not
you
without a
usually,
short rest.
Yeah.
No, I have 3.
3 second winds?
Yeah.
What?
That's just how I built it. I don't know. That's what it says here.
Tactician?
Yeah, I have tactical
The thing?
mind. Or tactical shift, whatever.
Yeah, you can use this 3 times
I can use it
per
3
long
times.
rest. and
Damn.
gain a
Whoa,
turn and use it.
crazy.
Damn! Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Well, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And heal a little bit. Take that, another 13 health. And then I'm gonna reach into my pocket and grab this red flower and crush it in my hand and cast Firebolt down the hallway.
Cool. Give me a spell attack.
Firebolt or fireball?
Firebolt. I do not have Fireball.
cast. Forgive yourself.
I cast
roll this.
testicular
I'm
torsion.
rolling I twist your balls. Fuck me, dude.
I
That's a
cast
9 to hit.
self-esteem issues.
9 doesn't hit. Swings wide.
Oh, that's my turn.
You're much better with the mace, I must say.
Yeah, well, I'll try to
You
keep my
are
distance.
stabilized, but still unconscious.
Did you move?
Oh, I
still
guess
move.
I'll continue to
Yeah.
move another.
Yeah,
you said
because
he's
you said
another
he's
30.
30
You said he's
feet.
80 feet. I'll go.
Can
Are
I-
you going to go towards him, or are you running from? Because everyone else is running from.
Yes.
I'm gonna.
Stay?
Don't look at me like that.
How much health you got, Luna?
Well, I have one more tactical, or I have one more second wind. You're like, don't do it.
No,
Um,
it's their turn next.
I'm gonna move. I'll move 30 feet down. I'll go 45 feet down the
Cool,
hallway.
you're following everyone else.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go
The
45
prick
feet
is
down the hallway.
using disintegrate.
Right.
You need to
You're
run.
not gonna have.
I'm trying to
time for
protect
No.
everyone. I'm trying to get
Uh,
between us and everyone.
yeah.
It's Azakai's turn. Azakai does have a healing word left. Barnabas, like
Yes.
running alongside Virgil next to you, like puts a hand on your shoulder. Up and at him, old friend.
Oh, thank God.
7 points back to you. And Azakai's turn. Actually, I just realized Azakai's turn is before yours. So before the round, you actually do get your turn still.
This guy's kind
Oh,
At the end
wonderful.
of
I'm just
yeah,
like-
initiative order. Yeah.
I'm still being held.
Yeah, you're still being
Virgil,
held.
Virgil!
What? When you say that, what's going on in your head when you say that?
Oh fuck, he's back.
Yeah. And I go.
Thank you. Go. I just look at him, white face. Run! Just move.
I'm pushing you with. I'm like, I think you've taken a couple of naps today, friend, and you should go ahead and be.
Yes.
Okay. So Barnabas, you're running with everyone down the
Oh,
hallway now.
absolutely.
Okay, cool. You are all dashing. You're gonna make it to the end of this hallway pretty quick.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
The range of my spells.
Yes.
How would I figure that out?
It says it on the spell.
Well, it says it on the spell.
Yeah, it should. What spell is it?
Hold person.
Hold
That's like
person.
60
That's 60 feet.
60 feet. Yeah, 60 feet. Here's the deal. You have 30 feet of movement, and the lich is
He's
80
80
feet away, so you can get close enough to use it if you want.
20 cast,
my
retreat 10.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So,
Uh,
after telling everyone else to run,
Yeah.
I then turn, singed and like decimated multiple times in the same evening, and attempt to cast whole person on
Okay.
this creature.
Is it a wisdom save?
It is.
What are you thinking right now, bud?
I will tell you right now that a lich gets +9 to its wisdom saves.
Look,
Oh,
I'm gonna roll this
Yeah.
out here in front of everyone.
oh my God.
What's your
dying.
DC?
oh, 15.
So this has got to
Oh,
be a
sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
15.
Okay, so 59. This has got to be a 5 or lower.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh!
Yes!
What is it?
It's a 5!
Barnabas, I want you to describe for me what the hold person spell looks like as it leaves
Sexy fucking chains.
your fingertips.
Oh, so I wasn't aware that it could take on a physical form.
I think in this moment it does.
Okay. So just Barnabas is not only incredibly tired, but also fed up. So he turns around and, with a look of recognition and disgust, just whispers, "Enough." And whole person and just a hand crushes this thing
Oh,
out of the ground, holding it, and
Hand.
the only gap you can see is the single purple eye staring at me back as we run.
Okay, I see what she saw. in
Oh.
him.
amazing. Okay. Great.
Do we get a second break? I'm under so much stress.
Okay.
You're doing great.
You
No,
cast
but-
Hold
I'm
Person.
joking.
You're all running. I think in the casinos, it's paralyzed for the duration, concentration up to 1 minute. So you've got 1 minute to get away while this thing is held.
I think we should just smash this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's up to. But if you are all decide right now, is everyone running?
Running.
This thing is okay.
Yes. Would I know anything about liches?
Give me. We'll call this an Arcana check
Okay.
Can I jump
or a
on
history
that?
check.
Can
Either
I,
one.
Can I jump on that train?
Yeah, I want to jump on that too.
Everyone can give me an Arcana or a history check on liches right now.
Dirty 20.
Could,
For history or Arcana?
Arcana.
considering what we've already discussed, is there more that I could know about him in
Um,
this moment? Do you think?
maybe some like practical information.
Okay.
22 history.
Okay.
20.
Not a nat 20 though.
No.
Okay,
no,
okay.
Sorry.
No, it's
Sorry.
okay, it's
Dirty
okay, it's
20.
okay.
I
That's
forget to do
Yeah,
that.
it's a 14.
Okay. I'll give it to all of you. You would know that I think probably the most important thing right now, and I can tell you more if you want me to, but the most important thing to know is that if a lich has a phylactery nearby, which is like its little totem of power, it will regenerate in 1d10 days. Like it's you.
I knew that out of character.
Yeah.
I would want to know that in
Yeah.
character.
The new
What did you say?
phylactery.
It's
A
like a
phylactery?
Horcrux basically.
Yeah.
It can be a vessel.
it's-
It can be
yeah.
anything, such as an urn.
Oh, right.
Or any of the weird, creepy things that we passed on the way.
any of the
Any of
in
them.
that
So we should
little
just go back and smash
hall
everything.
relic.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So
Let me
You're all-
let me communicate with another fucking Eldritch God
yeah.
for how many characters now?
Oh my god.
You are running down this hallway, passing chambers too fast to notice what's in them. You come to the end of the hallway, it opens up. You're in this larger kind of open space again. Caverns overhead, ruins to either side. Still just, I think, like, probably the same way it was, like, Azakai Gauntlet still up is still running, like, with you in the lead now. So there's just sort of, like, if you look at it from a distance, here's the party running just kind of like this little bubble of light in
Also-
this massive dark.
I'm going to surreptitiously cast Detect Magic as we're running again. I'm going to do that. I'm so sorry. No, but
Cool.
but not that anyone can notice, probably other than Virgil.
Yeah. You're casting Detect Magic. Give me... Detect Magic, I think the range is only 20 feet though, right? While you're
30.
30?
30.
Okay,
Yeah.
30.
30 around myself.
Great.
So not projected outwards.
Yeah. Everyone give me a perception check.
Did Steve ever come back?
9.
No Steve. I really miss Steve. That's a 16.
Good old Steve.
Steve.
Natural 20.
Nat 20 as well.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Up to 23 with my bonus.
You're running. Barnabas and Virgil, you're kind of more towards the back, being the last to have retreated after casting that spell. The space is opened up again, cavern ceiling overhead, ruins on either side. Looking to the left, you see a small building, partially collapsed, but like the hallway that you just came from, lit by torches. As you are running by it, both of you are going to catch a glimpse, just kind of like in the, this doorway that's partially collapsed. It's just sort of this large hole in the front of the building.
Great music cue.
Suspended
Fuck.
in much the same cocoon that you found Virgil in, you see a body hanging from the ceiling of this ruin. There's probably about a 30-foot chamber surrounding on either side, like the glow from torches reflecting on the shimmering, like green, purplish wall of the cocoon. And the face that you see, Virgil, you wouldn't recognize it. But Barnabas, you would. Because it's ruined.
With a head?
Damn it.
You got a
With
nat
the
20
head.
on your perception check. I'm gonna allow you to roll an investigation check.
Oh,
right
it
now.
stops me in my tracks. I'm not running anymore.
Yeah, roll me an investigation check.
I also,
The moment I stop, you stop.
yeah, I mean,
sorry, I shouldn't talk over you.
no,
never-
no, I just want to know what you're thinking still, because I've extended the spell. I've burned all my sorcery points to extend a 1-minute spell on concentration
Yeah.
to, it should be 10 minutes now.
Nice.
Fuck. 15. Can I use Amy since Virgil was the one that gave me advantage earlier? Okay. Please, come on.
Use the natural
Don't fuck
dice.
me over. Nat 20. 27.
What?
Yeah,
Nat
yeah.
20 plus 7,
What?
27. Thank you, Amy!
You look at Rune. You see his face suspended in the cocoon. That doesn't make sense. You killed Rune,
Handily.
one of the 8 paragons of Orsahd. You killed him easily. An old
be
spell
kidding
comes
me.
to mind, Barnabas. Something that wizards used to use a lot of times to increase study, to get more tasks done. A complex high-level spell to be sure, but once it's cast, very useful. An arcane clone, a double, a simulacrum.
Oh, Jesus. You gotta be kidding me.
What you killed, not the real Rune.
Yeah. And he's trapped here in the Lich's lair.
And that is where we're going to end the session.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh,
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We will
And-
not be here next Wednesday because we will be at Emerald City Comic Con. So we'll be back on the 12th. Yeah, 12th.
tune in for more suffering.
Bye-bye.
In 2 weeks.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
And I got all of that because it